Brittany. So, I have here a Christmas tree behind me. Um, isn't it pretty though? It's just very pretty. I love the colored lights, and today I'll be doing a popcorn chat video on Three Amigos. So, Three Amigos was released in theaters December 12th, 1986. Directed by John Landis, and I would definitely say definitely, that he did a good job directing the movie because it just turned out really good and funny and just this, really good, funny movie that he directed, and he did a good job and with with the shots and everything, the camera angles, and I would say how certain scenes were done really well, and that really captured the funny moments along with the even sentimental moments as well, and so that was done really well. It was also the music composed by Elmer Bernstein, which he did a good job composing the music because this really sets the tone for the movie, of this, fun, entertaining, funny movie. So the music does, very well, with the story and how, you know, the story of these three friends who are actors and who, get fired all because they're asking for a raise, to get paid more, for the work they do as three amigos, but they get fired, and so they set off on a journey that just happens to be real, but they don't realize it until a little later. But then they decide to, of course, to go on this journey that's not at all a play or anything, but they go on this real adventure to stop the bad guy and to save the girl from the bad guy. And so yeah, the music just plays very well with the story and everything else, and it's just done really well. So yeah, I really like the music, and I would say with the costume designs, um done very well, and it really sets, with the characters as well. um yeah, love the costume designs. And of course with the cast, the cast is great. They um sorry, yeah, the cast is great. They all um did such a wonderful job, and each of them, of the main characters, with Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, and Martin Short, they all are really great and wonderful, and I love their performances as these characters in the movie because, each one is funny. They have their own sense of humor, and they're just funny in their own unique way, and I just love that. And I love how they brought these characters to life, and just seeing how, just seeing like how funny they are together, but also how funny they are um, on their own as well. And but seeing them working together in this movie just really comes together, and they just did so well. And I just love it because it just shows, like, how they're friends, but they're actors, and the only thing they asked for was for a raise. And of course, I agree, because when you're doing something for so long, you would want to get a raise, but they got fired even just for asking for that. And yet they got a telegram, but it turns out they think that this telegram is somewhat a show, a show for them to perform to entertain people, but that's not the case. The telegram they got was more of an emergency one, like a SOS, come help, so it's more of that, but I don't think they really took it as that. But so at first when El Wapo's men had shown up, at first they thought, because at first when they had got on their horses and start running around and shooting from their guns, at first they thought they were just putting on this show, and that was like the first time that they had done that, and so, of course they thought they were gonna get paid for the show that they were gonna perform, but yeah, just after that once, they just thought, okay, this is all for show. But it was until the next day until they realized this is not it's not what they thought it was. And it turns out to be very much real, this real situation going on between these villains and between these innocent people of the village, of what they're going through, and they're giving them a hard time. And so when they come to find out it's very much real, they did take off, but at some point they come back. But when they did come back, things have gotten, worse. So of course that's when they have set off on their own to go save her and stop El Wapo as well. So it's just so well, like I love the story and everything. Like, you get these like I said, you get these sentimental moments in the movie, but you get these really funny moments, which I love, and it is really funny. And of course you get two musical numbers in this movie, and I love those songs. I do, which is My Little Buttercup, and I did a reaction video to that, and if you want to check that out, I'll leave the link in the description below. And the other song is Blue Shadows, and that is a really good song, and I love how they sing that song because they sing really good, so I enjoy that. But overall, I just enjoy, the story and just the movie itself, the heartwarming parts, the really funny parts that make you laugh out loud. And this is just a really great comedy movie from the 80s, because you don't get that anymore. And this is something I have been thinking about recently, is that especially comedy comedy movies from then, I would say from the 50s to the 90s, those were really funny, genuinely funny in their own way, and you just don't get that anymore. And that makes me sad because I feel like the ones we have today aren't as genuinely funny as they were back then. And I wish that could be brought back because there are so many um I would say there are so many comedy movies that I've seen way back, and I find it so funny. I would say probably more funny than today, and it just makes me laugh so hard. Like, there's the Abbott and Costello movies, which are really funny, and you don't see that kind of humor now as you would have back then. And same thing with other comedy movies back in the 80s and 90s where they were funny in their own way, but it was, genuine, and it was funny without so many, cuss words, or it was funny without showing too much graphic things or gross things, because there are so many things that they show or joke about that are not even funny, because some of them are either, offensive, hurtful, sexist jokes, or just things like that that make fun of other people, and that just doesn't sit right with me. And plus, even when they joke about things that are very grotesque or things that are very dark, like someone dying, or just about things like that, it just again, it just doesn't sit right with me. So yeah, I don't like the ones that we have today. And honestly, I really hope comedy movies could go back to the way they were, where it was, genuinely funny. But yes, I really wish that today's comedy movies could go back to how it was, I would say, from the 50s to the 90s. Because, like I said, they were really funny. Like, they were funny in their own unique way, where it was really genuinely funny. And just, they didn't have to try so hard. And where it was just funny, with how it was done, because it was done so well back then. And I wish it was still like that now, but sadly, it's not. And I'm sorry for this little rant here, but that's just how I feel personally. So that's why whenever I do watch a comedy movie, no matter when it had came out, no matter if it's from somewhere from the 50s to the 90s, I look forward to that, especially if it's a movie I haven't seen before, because I may not expect what I might expect, but then when I do watch it, then yeah, if it makes me laugh, then it'll be one of those movies that I will like, that'll make me laugh. But if it's, let's say, one of those movies that does make me laugh for some reason, let's say the kind of humor in it, or if it's just some things they show, or that maybe might kind of make it feel a little bit weird, then I think it just depends. But overall, there are some good comedy movies that I've seen that I really enjoyed. So, and this is one of them, because this is one of the, I would say, one of the because in my opinion, this is also one of the most like really great, very entertaining, very enjoyable comedy movie, and it's something I'll never get tired of, and I can watch this over and over and over again, along with other those funny comedy movies that I enjoy to watch. And so, yeah, this is great. And the cast, like I said, they're amazing. They're wonderful. I love their performances, and um, I would say each of them make me laugh in their own way because they have their own sense of humor, and they just bring these characters to life, and the way they deliver their lines is funny, and how they make it funny by saying it of how they know how to say it to make it sound funny. And they're a character themselves, with uh like, to really bring these characters, because I can really see them being like that in real life when it comes to some things, and I can just see that. So yeah, I love watching their performances in this movie, and of course even watching other performances that they did in other movies as well. And it's just funny that they're great. So yeah, and like I said, I would say this is one of the best, the most, I would say, along with others, like this is a really entertaining, very funny, enjoyable movie to watch, and it's something I know I would be able to watch over and over and over again, and just it was just always make me laugh and smile, and just really to enjoy of watching it. So it just never gets old. So yeah, this is the my movie discussion, popcorn chat on the Amigos, and I hope you enjoyed this. So that's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.